What's up, everyone? Hope your day is starting off well. Love the green that we're seeing. We obviously have had some volatility, some ups and downs as the day has progressed, and we're going to get that. We are seeing some leverage liquidations both on the short and long side as the day has progressed, but there are some big things taking place for the Cardano ecosystem that we need to discuss. Some potential big adoption coming down the road here for Cardano in terms of the government, which we will talk about. And in fact, in looking at all these different things, I missed one of the biggest things taking place for ADA right now. Not just a golden cross, but we're going to call this a mega golden cross. And we've seen this take place before, and this led ADA to do some incredible things in terms of price, and you guys are not going to want to miss this. So if you are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button. That bell is free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So let's talk about a couple updates surrounding Midnight and Cardano first of all. So this actually came in yesterday. What we found out was that Via Labs announced a partnership with Midnight to provide direct network communication between Midnight, Cardano, ADA, and over 135 blockchains, including EVM and non-EVM, enabling cross-chain token flow and app connectivity that's frictionless and privacy preserving. So what I think a lot of people forget is that the Midnight ecosystem already has, I believe it's over 90 partnerships lined up and set to go. This is going to be one of the biggest ecosystem launches we will have seen in crypto history, because it's, again, going to have immediate connectivity back to Cardano. It's going to be able to utilize Cardano consensus, but it's going to be connected to all these different blockchains. Who knows, maybe it even gets a major stablecoin integration before Cardano does, which would be absolute insanity. But it is a very big deal, and it can immediately boost the usage of Cardano DeFi. But something else that can actually boost Cardano DeFi in a very big way is actually the Clarity Act. And this was actually what Charles Hoskinson said. The minute the Clarity Act passes, we're going to see a huge amount of work on procurement, where the government starts adopting blockchain for voting, supply chain, cybersecurity, access control, and military. So why I'm mentioning this and why this is such a big deal is we have to ask ourselves, what blockchain has been approached about voting here in the US? Cardano has. What blockchain is currently assisting with supply chain for a government entity? Cardano is. Remember the NASA partnership, right? So cybersecurity, well, we got perfect security, right? Anyways, you guys get the point. This is why when I've been talking for so long, since all the way back in 2022, about government and enterprise being a big thing that brings Cardano online, this is exactly what I'm talking about. It's the chain that can very easily get adopted, utilized by the government, and then basically, guys, it's not going away. That's why it's funny, all the people that were talking about daily active users and low TVL and things like that, guys, it doesn't really matter, because this is the exact stuff that brings Cardano to the next level. Big usage that, again, is a mainstay that is not going away, all right? Now, let's get to the fun, exciting stuff. Let's talk about this mega golden cross that's on the verge of taking place in terms of Cardano. Now, we had talked about, obviously, the golden cross in terms of altcoins. We had talked about golden cross on other charts as well. But what we are seeing here right now is the 50-day EMA and the 100-day EMA are very close to actually crossing over this 200-day moving average. This is something that could, in fact, take place by Wednesday or Thursday. Now, this is a very big deal because typically, again, a golden cross in general tends to lead us into some good price performance in terms of ADA. The last one that we actually had back here did not, unfortunately. Market obviously was in a very, we'll call it not great spot. It was not conducive for extended breakouts. But the last time we saw this golden cross take place was all the way back here in November of 2024. And what we saw at that time was ADA went on sizable run to the upside, right? This took place right here. Now, what we also saw at the same time was that 100-day crossing that 200-day moving average. And coincidentally enough, that is exactly what led us on this very next leg for ADA. The one that sent us from basically our high of the cycle, which was around 81 cents or so, all the way up towards $1.32. So now we may be seeing both of these golden crosses actually take place within a day of each other, which could be insanely bullish. And you could be talking about a catalyst that actually, let's get back to there, talking about a catalyst that just sends ADA rocketing out of a cannon. Now, this isn't to guarantee your financial advice or anything like that, but we keep talking about these fundamental things, right? These thin layers of liquidity, the shorts not getting out of the way, massive buying going on in the crypto market, ADA whales adding, right? This extreme hoarding of supply. These are all making it to where ADA can extend and extend and extend. And that's why I find it kind of funny, because obviously we talked about that $12 to $16 ADA in my earlier video today, and I got some backlash on that. People called it clickbait. Guys, the funny thing about this is people seem to forget how crypto can move. People have huge recency bias, and people seem to forget how quickly ADA ran from like $1.20 to $3 in the last market cycle. Wasn't a very long period of time. People seem to forget that ADA just back in March ran 100%, almost 100% in a single day. Guys, those days are not done. In fact, the fundamentals have brought us to a point where it can happen even easier. That is where I think it's going to really blow a lot of people's minds, because people saying $3 ADA, isn't even going to happen. When it blows past $3, we'll say if, right? But when it blows past $3, it's going to surprise a lot of people. That's when FOMO ensues. That's when people start changing their mindset, because instead of people saying, oh, it's never going to happen, they're like, crap, it happened. What do I do now? You're chasing, you have adoption taking place, all these fun, exciting things. They can all happen in a very short period of time. So that's all I got for you guys. I appreciate it as always. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think that these things are a big deal? Can Cardano get this huge government adoption? And is this mega golden cross going to lead us to some significant highs? Appreciate you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.